Hello, welcome back to Zekism. Merry Christmas to anyone watching, partaking, listening in my content. It's Christmas week, so yes, Merry Christmas to everyone. Hope you're having some lovely time off, some family time, some alone time even, if you can. But yes, a lovely Christmas present to wake up to this morning. The Odyssey, the first official online released trailer. I mean, we all saw and partake in the leaked teaser trailer that they released over the summer, and thought it looked great. But yeah, I think the first official online release trailer of what is my most anticipated film of next year. The only thing that comes close is Doomsday, but I think the Odyssey wins out. I just, it's fanciful, and everyone's a Christopher Nolan fan, or even Christopher Nolan detractor, saying he's not as good as people make out. I am on the bandwagon of Christopher Nolan is one of my favourite filmmakers. I always pay attention to what he does. I think he's a brilliant filmmaker. Covering, or he's adapting, one of my favourite stories of all time. No question, and not even lying here, I love the story of the Odyssey. So the fact he's doing it has me excited, but also trepidatious as well. I'm like, what's he going to do with it? Because we know he's got a certain style. We know he's got certain traits that may not fit in with a story that's based in Greek mythology. A lot of fanciful sword and sandals type of storytelling. The monsters are a part of the story. You've got to include them, as unrealistic as it may be, but it's Greek myth here. It's Greek myth. So yes, the trailer. We'll get to the trailer here. You see on screen, it opens with what is essentially a battlefield, but it looks like a graveyard for a battlefield. We're burying dead soldiers here. I don't want to play any because I've seen some of my favourite content creators already been dinged by Universal for covering. So yeah, you can see what is assumed Odysseus among the grave. This story takes place right after the siege of Troy. That's the Trojan horse story. You could have this as a direct follow-on to 2004's Troy, with Brad Pitt and Orlando Bloom and Eric Bana, Odysseus was played by Sean Bean in that film. This is the story of that journey home. Odysseus with his troops going home to Ithaca, and the travails and the tribulations and trials that they get on, basically angering the gods, which again is a factor in the story. It'll be really interesting to see if they cover it. We think we know that Zendaya is playing Athena, which is a goddess, of course. So it'll be really interesting to see if Christopher Nolan is going to delve deep into Greek mythology of gods and monsters. How deep is he going to go? My concern, just off the bat, is that he may touch upon, did it happen or didn't it happen, in a very sort of Christopher Nolan sort of, mind melding way. I would advocate just tell the story. Just tell the story. They're so fundamental to the story. You've got the Lotus Eaters, you've got the Cyclops, you've got the Sirens, you've got the Circe the Sorceress, you've got umpteen other things that happen in the story, as well as basically Odysseus annoying or angering the god Poseidon, amongst some of the others as well. And also some of the gods and goddesses such as Athena and Hermes helping him out along the way. It is fundamental to the story of itself. So I would advocate, but obviously Chris Nolan is going to do his own thing. That'd be my concern, is that this is going to be very sort of, I don't want to say time travel based, but also did it happen or didn't it happen? Is he bullshitting? Is he telling a lie? Here we got Odysseus sort of bowing to I've never seen that armor before, but a Greek general. It can't be Achilles, because Achilles would be dead at this point, so that rules him out. He died in the siege of Troy. Obviously, the heel of Achilles was shot by an arrow by Paris. That would be Orlando Bloom. This is the irony. I didn't know Christopher Nolan was actually going to direct the 2004 Troy. Isn't that weird? He's coming back to the Odyssey. Anyway. Bound to. I think that looks like Benny Safdie, who was in Oppenheimer, and he was also recently in Happy Gilmore 2. It looks like him. I can't tell whether that is him. So whatever role he's playing is a Greek general of some sort. We've got Odysseus with his men in a forest. Who knows what they're doing here? says no one can stand between my men and getting home, which is this is Ithaca here. It's called something else nowadays, but yeah, this is the island of Ithaca. This is where Penelope, his wife, who's played by Anne Hathaway, will be situated. Anne Hathaway is playing Penelope, as I just said. Penelope stays true to Odysseus through all these. Now, it depends on what context or what story version of the story you read. It's told as in like it's a 10-year Odyssey back home. Some texts are longer than that. It's like closer to 20 years. But anyway, long story short, he's away for a long time. He's trying to get home to his wife, to his island, to his kingdom of Ithaca. And Anne Hathaway, Penelope, should I say, rather than Anne Hathaway, stays true to him. The court here holds a lot of suitors. You want to marry her for the throne, obviously, whilst he's away, thinking he's already dead. She's being silly. She needs to remarry so that the kingdom of Ithaca can rule once again and get back to normality. But she resists because she loves him. So it is a love story. It's a brilliant story. There's a lot of themes in it, which makes it one of the best stories ever. We've got confirmation that Tom Holland is Telemachus. I think we already knew that, which is the son of Odysseus, who is, I guess, resentful as well as mourning for the loss of his father. He can see the chaos going on the island of Ithaca as well. And then you've got Anne Hathaway's Penelope staying true to Matt Damon's Odysseus. Shots of him and the boat here. I've seen a lot of denigrating of the traditional Greek. The helmets and the armor don't look right. The ships and the sails don't look particularly right. Look, I think just get lost in the film. I think no one's going to care about any of that when the film's out. But for me, it looks pretty authentic. The sails, I've never seen the square sails on anything I've seen, but whatever. They've probably done enough historical context to make it. Look, I'll buy it. Christopher Nolan, of course. We've got what I assume is them pulling the Trojan horse out, or is it part of a ship out of the sea? I think it looks fantastic, as usual with anything Nolan. We've got Odysseus and his men. Looks like on the bow of a ship, or is it the Trojan horse? Who knows? And then there's a sword comes through, stabs one of the men. I don't think that's Matt Damon's Odysseus, and they cover his mouth not to give the game away. That's very akin to Dunkirk, when they're in the ship that's been the tide's coming in. This is the shot of the trailer for me. It's Odysseus and his men entering a cave. That cave will belong to the Cyclops, who is a I don't know what I was going to say, half son or son of Poseidon, which is what angers him in the first place. Or one of the reasons. You can see confirmation. There is a Cyclops in this film. He's coming in the cave. That is terrifying. I can't wait for that scene. That scene alone will buy my ticket. No matter the other parts of the film are worth my money as well. That shot of the Cyclops is worth the ticket price alone for me. Absolutely phenomenal. I won't spoil what happens, but it's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. This could be the Lotus Eaters or the cannibals. The island of cannibals chasing them away with Odysseus and his men narrowly escaping. Who knows? It's brilliant. I love the fact they shot in areas in the Mediterranean. It looks like he's shot in North Africa as well, which is sort of, if you get the map of Odysseus's route as per the text, he sort of goes all the way around the Mediterranean Sea. Lots of little islands, lots of pockets of North Africa, lots of travails along the way, lots of characters to meet. Hence the big A-list star cast. I mean, most of the cast we don't actually know who they're playing. We think John Bernthal's playing Nestor, but that could be wrong as well. Who's the head suitor? That could be wrong as well. That could be Robert Pattinson playing that role. Who knows? I'm sure we'll get more confirmation about the characters. These got to be the Lotus Eaters or the cannibals. Surely, they just look really scary looking and really. They got to be the cannibals or the giants. Maybe it's the giant cannibals. Yeah, they do look bigger than normal. So yeah, maybe he's going balls to the wall and ignoring what my concerns were about this and just telling an authentic story about the Odyssey, which is worth its weight in gold, genuinely. It's one of the best stories. And I'm not just saying that for clicks. I love the story of the Odyssey. It's brilliant. Obviously, originally a poem. It's been transcribed into full-length storybooks. The version that Christopher Nolan is adapting, he did reveal. I'll put that on screen now so you can see the actual, and a link in the description as well to why not, to the Amazon site, you can buy it. But yeah, I've purchased a copy. I'm going to do some homework before I go because I want to see what version he's converting. I assume, just judging by the trailer, and I think the modern tellings of the Odyssey focus a lot more on Penelope than Odysseus, obviously, but focus a lot more on that relationship between Penelope and Odysseus, and the faithfulness, I guess, of Penelope, the love story, as well as all the other brilliant mythological sort of, like I said, trials and tribulations that he goes through. Anyway, I urge you to watch the full trailer. I'm not going to show any of it. Apologies, because I've seen a lot of like I said, a lot of people I subscribe to get dinged. So I unfortunately just got shots of the trailer from me, but it is worth its weight in gold. I'll link to the trailer in the description as well. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'm so excited for this film, really am. I think it's gonna, touch wood, I think it's gonna hit a home run. I think this is gonna be epic, to coin a cliche. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Are you excited? Are you not? Do you not care? Do you think Nolan's overrated? I've seen those comments as well. Let me know in the comment section below. Please leave a like or subscribe on the channel, and I'll speak to you next time. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.